Continuation. There should be a continuation. If there wasn't, where am I continuing from? 1:30 in the morning, West Coast time, Saturday the 4th of May, 2024. Yeah, griping and grumbling Weaver, John C. Roseman, California. Doing a part 2 of the May 4th celebration of Star Wars. And I did say, don't open up that Pandora's box regarding Star Trek, but I did it myself. I hadn't celebrated the Star Trek Appreciation Day. Even when I heard about it, I'm like, okay, fine. I mean, I celebrated Star Trek every single day ever since I, was able to get fan stuff on me. Pins, patches, stuff like that. Try to show what kind of a Trekkie I am during those days. But it got harder to deal with back in 2018. That was the day my brother died. My big brother. The videos I've been doing on a constant basis, the cabinet is always on my left-hand shoulder because this is how it is. This was my brother's seat for a long while. I'd sit on the opposite end. I'd watch him from over here, and he would be watching everything else because he wanted to make sure that nothing was going to be getting to him. He always had his back to the wall, watching things left and right. We did that to each other. I'd watch his back, he'd watch mine. This way I'm watching his back one way or another. But I really couldn't show you the damn kitchen anyway. But I could show you other things. It used to be full of his stuff in the background. But now it's just a collection of sorts. Take a look. Yeah, the rest of my books are boxed away. Paperwork left and right. Bags grab and go, just in case. But I've got myself a teddy bear collection of sorts. I got stuffed animal collection. Hell, my mother was collecting stuffed animals for a long while till we had to get rid of them. Sucked. Wish we had them. That would have been nice for collections all over this place. So I'm getting my own. Holiday and leftovers and other things. Just kind of personal touches for this place. But I'll tell you something. The Star Trek Appreciation Day for a lot of Trekkies and Trekkers and whatever they call themselves these days. Fans. It means a great deal to them, like May 4th does for the Star Wars fanatic. Either you're Sith, or you're Jedi, Grey Council, or God knows what else. Maybe you're a bounty hunter, or a smuggler, or a Wookiee. I don't know. They call themselves different things like that. But then again, they do the same thing for Star Trek, didn't they? Are you Vulcan? Are you logical-minded? Therefore, you're Vulcan. If you're ambitious, you're adventurous, you're Captain Kirk. If you're crabby as hell, you're Dr. McCoy, or similar to that. And then everything else becomes homogenized and blended after that. Of course, you wear a Star Trek uniform with the pins on it, or just pins without the Star Trek uniform, just to show that you're a part of the Trekkie world. And for a long while, I was. There have been fits and starts in the fandom that I discovered that there are certain boundaries and areas you don't cross. You cross them, oh boy. That's the only thing I got to tell you is, oh boy. But for me, it became more and more personal because on my channel I do the Diary of a Griever named John Weaver, and that's the title of the YouTube channel. And then I throw out, which is me, like a tagline. That's not even on the YouTube channel. But I do that because I talk about grieving, mourning, and other things that affect me a great deal. Not to mention politics and God knows what else. If I'm going to be doing politics, God knows what else, I'll probably say a log report or something like that. But when it comes down for the personal stuff, when I'm dealing with family, which is a trigger word, and home, which is another trigger word, talking about my family, major trigger words on that one. It's emotional, and I break down like crazy. It just takes a while for the processing to get through. So, on September 8th, my brother passed away. Sitting in his chair, I'm seeing my brother was sitting here, and I'm sitting over here telling 911 what's going on with my brother. He wakes me up early in the morning hours, and he's having a hard time breathing. I get on 911, tell him what's going on. They're going to send an ambulance over to take him to the hospital, check it out. Okay, fine. Get the area cleared out enough. Make sure the dog's put away a little bit, staying out of the way. Get the go bag ready to go. I mean, I had a routine going on like crazy. As long as I kept an eye on my brother, I'll be fine, right? Wrong. Get into the ambulance. My dog's already locked up already. Go back with me. Call in for transportation to get back in my ass home. But I didn't realize I was coming home without my brother during that time. Between the ambulance leaving home and I'm going into the emergency room, that's when he passed. And I don't know when that exactly happened. I hadn't looked at the death certificate because I was afraid it's going to tear my ass apart. Somewhere around here, I still got it, but I don't want to see it because it hurts like hell. And I didn't realize the date until when I was checking out the fan pages left and right of Star Trek, and it was Star Trek Appreciation Day. I'm like, you got to be kidding me. He dies on a day that would have been considered holy in Star Trek fandom? It's like, how to taint a day like this? You take away the pleasure of being a fan. I'm probably yelling and screaming at the fates on that one. And then I can't even celebrate being a Trekkie because how much it hurts. Not because my brother was associated with it, the damn thing. The only thing my brother got associated with was he had to endure some of the stuff I was watching. But a Fan Appreciation Day, when it comes out, September 8th, was when Star Trek came out on the air in 1966 for the public to see. And it came out in black and white. It came out in black and white. And then they switched to color afterwards. Well, but it wasn't filmed in black and white. It was filmed in color. But we had black and white television. And then we get to see it and then actually put it in color. And we actually got things colorized now. We're actually able to see 79 episodes in color. And because of the past 30 years, computer digitizing has changed a bit of formatting on them, but they're still the same stories. It's just some of the special effects were updated, improved, theoretically. The stories remain the same. But to appreciate Gene Roddenberry's work on this, that's what the fans would celebrate. It's the Appreciation Day. We appreciated Gene Roddenberry and his creation that created this phenomena. John B. Joe Trimble were one of the original welcome communities out there. John passed away last month. God rest his soul and God bless him. B. Joe Trimble, also another major fanatic. I mean, like number one fans, they called themselves. So they were recognized in the fandom as for being the number one fans. Unfortunately, I'm expecting every single day for her to pass away, too. I never had a chance to meet her. I had been to the conventions they actually had here. When I started doing the conventions out here, I tried to go to every single one of them that they actually had. I missed my opportunity of meeting Gene Roddenberry himself, but I met his wife. I met his wife a couple of times. Very nice, charming lady. God bless her soul and God rest her soul. So there was a lot of aspects of being a fan during those days that meant something to me. I was part of something else. I was part of something bigger than myself. I believe it was a major head game anyway. But Star Wars was a major head game to a lot of people these days. I mean, shit, we had the minor league baseball team called Lancaster Jethawks before the Major League Baseball took them out, and other teams sucked. It really sucked. Now we got the Lancaster Soundbreakers, different team members altogether. Same stadium, just different formats. But on one day, well, actually on May 4th or around that weekend time, the Jethawks would host Star Wars Day. So naturally, employees had to wear Star Wars themed clothing, and some of the clothing was out there actually available for the public to wear. Sports jerseys into looking like Wookiees. Plastic uh, lightsabers that they would sell. Sold those damn things off, unfortunately, like an idiot. So much for being a collector. That's where I got the other stuff through Disney. The other ones were just cheap plastic, but it was cute. Those things were cute looking. So bought a couple. Collected them. It was something to celebrate Star Wars. This is before my brother passed away. Years before my brother passed away. But after my brother passed, it's kind of hard to celebrate fandom all that much. It is. Because I'm trying to show people, I'm trying to show myself that I can still be part of that world, but I don't feel like I'm part of the world anymore. I got a giant Spock that I got jealous. One particular guy on Facebook had a different Spock. And I wanted that one. It looked cute. You talking about COVID? I coveted. I coveted. When I found out this guy came out, Build-A-Bear had him, I decided, okay, I'll pay the $50 for him. Made him part of the collection over there. My community college I still attend had bears. I wish I had both gray and brown, but I got both brown. Maybe I didn't have a thing about gray bears. I don't know. But brown bear looked like more of a bear for me anyway, so I got it. The dog that you see up there, the white Samoyed husky, a representative of a dog that I used to love a long time ago before she passed. Her name was Rega. I had a different toy, similar but not quite. I called her Little Rega. That is also Little Rega. There's a big monkey back there somewhere, buried. You can't see him as much. With a voice box, he would growl like he did from the movie 1977's King Kong. Squeeze him, and that's what came out of it. I got we lost that one a long time ago, and I got the gorilla back last year, or year before. And I made him part of my collection because it reminded me so much of my brother. My brother could act like a gorilla years ago. Pull his shirt over his head, he'd dangle his arms and just chase people around like a gorilla. Called him Gorilla. So when I saw that, I worked at Universal Studios for about a season and a half. And I found that they actually had a gorilla, actually a lot of them. So I decided to get me one. And I used it for my brother's present. Oh, God, he loved that damn thing. That's what's up there. Not the original, but a copy of him, without the voice box. Silent but present. My mother was into small dogs. Love small dogs, real. And also stuffed animals. So I got a few stuffed I got stuffed bears all over the place, but I also got a few stuffed animals. She loved cute things of little stuffed tiny things there. So, and let's see, there was a couple of cats up there. I'm trying to get a third one in there for a party. Cruising cats from one website. Look cute enough anyway. One air show my brother and I went out to well before we moved out here from the San Fernando Valley to the Antelope Valley. There's an air show out in Point Mugu. They had a LAPD out there. LAPD had a teddy bear. I had to get him. I had to get him for the collection. Got a Christmas dog up there too. Reminds me so much of a little girl. My dog. So yeah, the kind of fan of my guy right now is collecting stuffed things. I went online last night trying to see if there was any stuffed animals at a former college, community college that I used to go to back in the 80s would actually have something of a teddy bear. I went to the wrong name and the wrong school for it. I actually had the right name. It said Pierce College on it. It was the wrong Pierce College. It was back in Washington. I ordered a teddy bear from a Washington school, but it still had Pierce College on it. So for me, it's a weird-ass representation because the bookstore that they actually have over at the Los Angeles Community College District, Pierce College, it's a mouthful, I'll tell you that much. It was even a mouthful back in the 80s. They didn't have any stuffed animals. Nothing. Cheapskates. So I got me the bear. For my own alma mater, I'm going to be graduating hopefully in the next year or two. Almost the last of the two teddy bears. So I'm keeping those things. May give it one away. Hope. The guy's address, I can send the stuff over to him. Just say delayed, you needed it. Yeah, but yeah, I tried collecting the pins. I collected the Star Trek rank pins and the communicator ID pins that they had over there. And I discovered, what the hell am I dealing with 50 pounds of metal for in the first place? Uh, yeah. If I find a New Year's pin or something like that from Disney, I'll get one. But this is being a fan. This is being a collector of sorts. Books are one thing. I mean, I'll put a book into a library. I had one. I got a lot of books I could put into a library. I actually had a library before I lost it a long time ago. Oh, I missed that library. I really did. I inherited it from my mama and my grandma. And those books we had to sell a long time ago. First editions of stuff. I couldn't even tell you what the hell they were. But you talk about being a fan. You talk about being a fanatic of literature, of creativity, of stuff. I was going to be getting maudlin on this one. Getting depressed about it because I'm going to be getting into the topic of saying, well, September 8th is ruined for me and I got to be maudlin about it. I got to be miserable about it. Yeah, I should be miserable about it, shouldn't I? It's my day that day died. It had to be Star Trek Day. I'm like, how dare you screw that up? Almost like I'm waiting for something to happen today to be that disturbing. I'm like, oh, terrific. Now this particular day is going to be ruined. What else is going to happen? It's like I'm trying to forecast something. Gloom and doom. And for right now, it's too damn early for me being up in this morning. I mean, at this point, get up a little bit, trying to see what the hell's going on YouTube, see if a guy I know back in Connecticut, on the East Coast, a recovery guy. He's pulling out some of the other stuff that I don't even want to watch because it's why the hell am I watching this shit? How does this affect me or relate to me in any way, shape, or form? It shouldn't. My last videos I was doing, we're talking about the campus that got invaded. My brother and I had been to it many times. My brother had been to it a hell of a lot longer than I had it, and we both were not students. We just liked going over to UCLA and hanging out for a little bit. I mean, they had the LA Book Festival. They had it over there before they shifted over to USC. So my brother and I would be going over there just to check out the campus. My brother used to go over there because of certain things that happened in his earlier life before me. So, so it was special to him. And then when I saw the campus being, taken over by other students trying to protest what the hell's going on with the Middle East situation happening over there. It's the only thing I can call it is a situation. What else could you call it? I mean, there's a lot of stronger words, a lot of stronger things for it. But all the insanity happening for the past couple of weeks or 2 or 3 weeks, more political hot potato for this one. So they got a campus cleaned up already at UCLA. But not completely because they got to get rid of all the damn graffiti. And that tears me apart because it decided to tear the damn thing apart like that. I understand about the First Amendment, and I try to talk about it in my other videos concerning about it. It's not the easiest damn thing to talk about, I'll tell you, but we talk about it. At least on this channel anyway. But right now, I'm going to be talking about sleep because my eyelids and my body's saying, get your ass back to bed. So, I don't know about you guys, but I'm heading back to bed because my body's telling me so. A little bit later today, guys.